And welcome back to The Watchman on TBN. Rabbi Daniel Sperber leads the Menachem Zion Synagogue in the Old City of Jerusalem and is a renowned author, professor, and scholar in Israel. I had the privilege of sitting down with him recently in his home in the Old City to get his unique view on Jewish-Christian relations and much more. Take a look. There is a movement among Christians in the world now where they are seeing the debt that they owe to the Jewish people and the Jewish roots of Christianity even. What do you see in that area?
The evangelical movement is basically, the way I understand it, a movement not necessarily of the leaders, but of the people themselves. The leaders, as it were, are formulating and representing their constituents rather than dictating policies to their constituents. And therefore, in a sense, it's a much more meaningful relationship that we have. There's another element that's happening nowadays, and that's the fear of Islamic extremism. So we have, in a sense, a new kind of, call it political partnership between a very small group of people that are called Jews and a massive number of people, Christians of all types of denominations, who are struggling one way or another against Islamic fundamentalism.
How do people feel now to see this unconditional love towards the Jewish people and towards Israel coming from Christians?
Pogroms from the First Crusade onwards, which is in 1096, etc., through the Spanish Inquisition in 1492, etc., and the Chmielnicki massacres, up to the present day virtually, Jews lived in fear. Now, this was true in Europe, but America is a different type of country. It's a country of immigrants. It's a country which was based on freedom of thought, on a true democracy. Religion is important. In God do we trust, but it's not extreme. And therefore, although there has been anti-Semitism in the United States, there's a totally different relationship between Americans and their minorities than there was in Europe. In the United States, I think the Bible was read in English, in the vernacular. And certainly this is true in the evangelical movements. So they actually know what it says in the 5 books of Moses. And therefore they appreciate what is the true state of Judaism vis-a-vis Christianity.
What's your take on this uptick in Christian persecution? What are your thoughts on it?
I think it's terrible, and I think that the world in general, United Nations, NATO, etc., are doing far too little. I've often said publicly that the only Christians that live in safety, security, complete freedom, and have all rights are those that live in Israel.
What are your thoughts, real quick, of some of the work Christians United for Israel is doing?
I think they're doing tremendous work. They're supporting Israel and Israeli institutions, which is always very good. But I think no less important is the message that they're giving to a vast number of Americans, and hopefully outside America too.